life growing up is hard as a kid. Because basically, a dog comes in and plays with a squeak toy. No matter what you do, someone's going to roast you as a kid. I don't care. The worst thing you can be as a kid is poor, ugly, short. I already said poor, so we'll go with broke. A ginger, a little too light skinned, a little too white, a little too dark. Man, you too dark at school, those kids let you know.
Buck Nasty, you are so dark. When you touch yourself, it's like black on black crime.
I used to think I had it bad growing up, but now I realize it wasn't that bad because my mother wasn't selling pussy on OnlyFans. Thank God. Genuinely, thank God.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
California mom says she's bullied by fellow parents for selling sexy snaps on OnlyFans. Yes, this is the epitome of selfish. You're a mother, you have kids. Do you not realize that your kids are going to get shit? We live in a day and age where kids bully each other for not having cool skins in Fortnite. There's no coming back from your mom's skins she's selling on OnlyFans. And if the parents know about it, the kids know. And if the kids know, they will you for it. Think about it, woman. I could just, if I was a kid and I was in school with him, he would be on suicide watch. I'd be so damn vicious. They call me the piranha. Like, look who it is. It's little Johnny. His mommy likes selling pictures, and his scrub-ass mother got vanilla Fortnite skins. Why are you living? Why don't you die in your sleep? Do yourself a favor before you grow up to be a school shooter. God, I'm too cruel. It's a good thing I'm not a kid anymore. Anyway, I'm not joking. That's how school was for me. Like, literally everybody ripped on each other. And if you didn't have good comebacks, you were dead in the water. Let's watch this interview.
Mrs. Poindexter. So a little bit of background. About a year and a half ago, my husband and I decided to spice up our marriage. So in doing so, he decided to post a couple pictures on Reddit. They became really popular. People actually suggested we start an OnlyFans page. We had no idea what that was. We did it. It was kind of our little marriage thing. No one knew about it. It was our little secret.
Your husband and you wanted to spice up your marriage. And to do so, he took the photos and posted them on Reddit. That's real spicy. Hey guys, look at my wife.
About 7 months ago, a dad in the neighborhood found it. And of course, it's kind of hot gossip.
That's like the move of the degenerate. I don't care. I hate to pull a Brittany Venti, but it's a degenerate move. How do I know? Because Carlos Mazza was doing the same thing on Reddit, posting pictures of him and his husband having gay sex and stuff. And then Steven Crowder rips on him for being him. And then Mazza cries like a little, I can't even say it. Mazza cries to Mama Susan and uses Gay Pride Month as a battering ram to lose advertisers and stuff for YouTube. YouTube bends and they create the new anti-bullying policy we live in now where you can't even roast people anymore.
And he told his wife, and they thought it was, really good gossip. And so they decided to take my pictures and spread them around.
It was your marriage thing to open an OnlyFans page. That spiced the marriage. My left nut.
Printing them out. They were copyrighted pictures. They were printing them out. They were distributing them through printouts.
Well, technically, honey, you put your pictures on OnlyFans. So they're going to spread around regardless at some point. I don't know how you figured, okay, honey, we're going to take sexy photos of me and sell them on OnlyFans and nobody in the neighborhood will find out in the digital motherfucking page. And two, I'm pretty sure the husband got caught having a wank. And his wife was like, what the hell are you doing jerking off to Mrs. Pennyworth or whatever the hell her name is? And he's like, I wasn't jerking off to it, honey. I was exposing her and saving the neighborhood. And then she's like, oh my God, Charles, I knew you were a good man. How do you copyright pictures? On the real. How do you do that? You're selling your ass on OnlyFans. And if you sell it and someone buys it, it is a picture. You're not like an intellectual property. You're not Star Wars. How does she figure it's copywritten? The DMCA law wasn't created to protect women selling pictures. It was never meant for that.
Kind of hot gossip. And he told his wife, and they thought it was, really good gossip. And so they decided to take my pictures and spread them around. They were printing them out. They were copyrighted pictures. They were printing them out.
Yeah, that's what happens when you sell your photos on OnlyFans. You think people are not going to spread it around? Are you smoking dope?
Actually, I have a good voicemail from a dad. really laying into me about how disgusting and disturbing I am, how I should pack up and move out of town. It's been a lot of like bullying and harassment.
Oh, wow. That dad was pissed. If it was me personally, I'd probably just not say anything and try to avoid like all social medias. Dad, are you going to come over for Christmas? I'm sorry, honey. I have coronavirus. Dad, are you coming over for New Year's? I'm sorry, honey. I'm dead.
On me, which is fine. People don't have to agree with what I decide to do. And that's okay. I'm not asking anybody for their approval or for their agreement. But what I'm not okay with is people going after my children and trying to get them removed from school. That takes the whole bullying and the harassment to a whole different level.
Mrs. Pennyworth or Poindexter, whatever, her OnlyFans name, basically more promotion. She says that she makes more than $150,000 a month selling her photos. Can you believe this? You see what's surprising to me is they're nothing special. Like, I'm not trying to be mean, but I saw a lot of these photos on Reddit because people are sharing them, dear. That's what happens when you sell your photos of yourself online. They get shared and people jerk off to them that didn't pay you. Point being, there was nothing special there. It was definitely mom photos. Her nipples look like chewed up pieces of beef jerky. Like snap it to a Slim Jim. It ain't really a turn on for me. This one where she's walking around in like these floppy slippers and the mom panties and she's got rubber gloves on. I guess it's supposed to be sexy. Like, oh no, mom, you caught me jerking off. What are you going to do about it? Sort of situation. I don't know. But yeah, good for her, I guess. She's getting $150K. We were called a load of names. Apparently it was disturbing, disgusting, horrifying, and my children should be kicked out. That's extreme to kick out the kids, but this is kind of like a trickle-down effect. You see, in cancel culture, darling, which is the age we live in, not only do people come after you, they come after your family members. Somehow you didn't see any of this coming. Lord have mercy. I reckon most of the husbands have taken a look at Tiffany's account, hubby Chris Poindexter said. Maybe that's why these women have such an issue with us. You live in a small, boring community and surprised that people want to fuck around with you. Anyway, she now speaks out on the 25th. I know I got this late. Her kid got kicked out of school.
I am shocked. Shocked. Well, not that shocked.
Now, here's the thing. It's a Catholic school. This is what makes it funnier to me. All right? You got your kids in Catholic school, girl, and you selling pussy online. You got an Instagram, and you don't think this is going to come back and bite you in the ass? It's like being a drug dealer and advertising your cocaine sale on Instagram, and then you're surprised the police show up. Officer O'Malley, what the fuck you doing here? We heard about this through the grapevine. On top of that, the fact that kids are in Catholic school and she's surprised her kids would be kicked out. Catholic school will kick you out for anything. I know, I went to Catholic school. I got kicked out. How the fuck can you send your kids to Catholic school and also be on OnlyFans? Does that not make sense to you? I'm pretty sure if you are like a staunch religious nut job, there's no point in the Bible where it said the Lord was pretty cool with Sodom and Gomorrah until they started f***ing goats. It wasn't there. You're gonna like go to school and be a good Christian, Johnny. Now, if you don't mind, mommy has to sell pussy. It would be literally like putting your kid in a DARE program. Don't you dare do drugs, but I'm gonna go out and sell some crack cocaine. God, she made it to People magazine. News must be so bad right now for all the major outlets that literally this woman's in People magazine. I remember People magazine used to be like famous people. Like Brad Pitt doing something. Now it's literally house mom selling pictures. Son kicked out of school. Horror of horrors. She makes almost $200,000 a month. Sorry, I'm not crying for her. Speaking to people about the ongoing situation, the mom of three said that she joined OnlyFans in September 2019 to try and repair her marriage with Chris, her hubby of 14 years.
Thoughts?
What? How the f is selling pictures of yourself on OnlyFans saving your marriage? The only way it saves your marriage if your husband has a gambling debt that's out of this world to the tune of $150K a month. This is the biggest grift ever. It's like when you see girls who have OnlyFans pages and they're like, oh, I'm doing this so that I can learn to love myself. Get the fuck out of here. You want money and attention. Don't lie, darling. You don't want a normal job. I understand. They suck. But don't sit here and try and make it to be something. OnlyFans saved our marriage. It was really rocky until I started shoving my fist up my own ass so my hubby could be turned on by other men wanking off to me. Now let's move on. I was missing that intimacy we had, and a lot of it was because I was going through menopause. Oh, what we also have come to know as men on pause. She explained to people, no matter what you do, you don't feel attracted or sexy. So we tried different things to spice up our marriage. Yeah, it sounds more like she was getting bored. I couldn't feel like having sex with my husband until other men wanted to fuck me. It's a way that I can work on our intimacy and I can live out my fantasies. She added, oh God. It's all coming full circle now. I understand. I see. Oh my God. The husband's along for the ride, basically. I was sitting here thinking he was a part of this. Like he put her up to it, but no, this is something she wanted. And he's like trying to keep her. Because, you know, let's face it, he's no sex machine either. They've been together forever. You got kids. It's like, I got to stay with her, you know. It's for the kids. Honey, are you feeling sexy now that you made $150K?
Boss, please. Boss, please, give me the pussy.
I'm doing these pictures. It gives you the self-confidence where I'm like, I do feel sexy again. Yeah, I guess. If that's what the funny thing is, she wouldn't feel sexy if she saw the men that were jerking off to her. Let's be real here. The reality is you're making money and you know that men are buying this. But you would never want to interact with these men because they wouldn't meet your standards. You would be repulsed. It'd be a whole bunch of dudes who look like Louis C.K. basically fapping off to her. If she saw the men jerking off to her, she'd probably quit. Jackson never imagined anyone would subscribe to her channel, but within the first month, she had $14,000 from her risque photos and sexy stories. Today, she and her husband make as much as $150K a month for pretty tame posting. Like, that's amazing. Like, don't ever let anyone tell you, as a man, women have it hard in this country. Even an average house mom can rake in a fortune now. The real issue here isn't really the women. It's the simp. It's the men of today. And in a way, it's not also their fault either, because society in the Western Hemisphere has gone out of its way to emasculate and neuter males. So in order to interact with a female the way they want, or in any way, they have to now pay for that female validation and intimacy. And it will only create weaker men and women with unrealistic standards. Like, you know, she's not bad for a mom, but I'm not going to pay to see her naked. Hell, I probably wouldn't care to see her naked for free, to be honest with you. But then again, I can do better. These dudes, on the other hand, I don't know what the fuck's up with them. Their whole strategy from day one was, I'm going to take you down, she said. It was gut-wrenching having them send my photos to school saying it's disgusting and that this is gross. Girl, you know this would happen. Why are you out of your damn mind? You know you would be... There's no way in hell you would... Lord. Like, you can't play the victim. You know, you went in there and you're like, I haven't been feeling sexy and it's been ruining my marriage with my husband, so I decided to get the validation of other men and take their money. I feel sexy again. Uh-oh, the other women in the neighborhood have caught on to my grift and they want to kick my kids out of Catholic school. Like, what did you expect? They're Catholic. In the olden times, they would have burned you as a whore, honey. You're doing well. Back in the day, they would have thrown you up on some sticks in a pyre and roasted you. Now they just kick your kids out of school. And you make $150K a month. In the end of the day, you don't really lose. You know, you're probably going to be a millionaire by the end of the year. Lord have mercy. Let me do the math. I'm not putting an avatar to this, Stu. I don't give a damn. $150K a month. Christ almighty, she'll have $2 million by the end of the year.
Hide the money, y'all. There's poor people around. With your broke ass.
Oh, it hurts. Oh, it hurts, Stu. It hurts, Stewie. And I've been kicked in the head by a third-degree black belt and knocked unconscious. It don't hurt like that. What am I doing? This isn't easy mode. This is God mode. I saw her photos. They were not sexy. It was like the sort of photos you could get from a lonely woman on Bumble in her 40s. And dudes are paying for it. Jackson and her husband learned about the envelope. They said they emailed the superintendent to try and clear everything up, but they never heard back. What are you going to clear up? A photo of your wife showing her ass to the internet goes to the Catholic school superintendent, and you think you're going to clear it up. Odds are the superintendent saw the photos and he was like,
We are under sex attack. Repeat, we are under sex attack. Would all non-essential personnel please vacate the hidden area in an orderly fashion. Item number 2, all welders, weld fast.
oh, the Lord have mercy. You know, and just threw them in the trash. We have to get these heathen children out of our school before they spread the disease of the devil. Lord. Did you think you're going to send him a message? We like to explain why we're doing this. You see, my wife was she was going through menopause and she didn't feel sexy, i.e. she didn't want to have sex with me. So she needed to feel sexy from other men to consider f***ing me again. On the plus side, we make $150,000 a month. Please don't kick out our kids. We can pay. God, the kids are going to suffer. They're going to suffer. For real. You don't think this is not going to bite your kids in the ass? If it's boys, they're going to grow up with a complex like, God have mercy, my mother sells herself online for money. And if it's girls, they're going to be like, why would I go to college? Mom's making $150K a month selling photos of herself. The second I turn 18, I'm going to be Mrs. Pennyworth Jr. or whatever the hell they call it. Hey guys, you like my mom's old titties? You're going to love my perky 18-year-old ones. And even though this is a joke, it's not really funny because it goes on. I was on Twitter and someone was retweeting Society's Falling. And I see a girl go, today I'm 18 years old. I'm opening my OnlyFans. And I'm just like, oh my God. This girl didn't even bother thinking of going to college. She was literally like counting down the days till she could open an OnlyFans. See where you slice it. Your time with a woman's going to cost you. Financially, mentally, spiritually. They will take your money and they'll take your time. Your money you can get back, but time, man, you ain't never getting that back. You be on your deathbed. Oh no, Pops is dying. What's Dad's last words? Oh, I should have never with that Cambodian bitch in the summer of '89. Ow! Death!
I love some pussy before I go.
Yeah, don't bother editing this too. I don't even know why this is terrible. They're after me and bullying me. Oh, I make $150K a month. If I was making $150K a month, I wouldn't care what anyone said about me. It'd be no different than what's going on now, except I'd be rich. Like I'd be set for the rest of my life in a year. Could you think of that, man? Having $2 million in a year? Think about it. I'm busting my ass hoping to God I could get $1 million in 10 years. I can't take it no more.